All right, guys, here we go. Upper body and abs. You guys will notice I do a lot of upper body together because I have shoulder issues, and so I kind of lump everything together a lot of times. So here we go. We've got some plank turnouts. Make sure as you're doing this one, you'll see that I'm putting pressure on the side of the foot. If you don't put that pressure on the side of the foot, you're not going to get that engagement down the side body the same way. So make sure you put that pressure into the foot. Then we're going to go ahead and move into some bicycle crunches. We're starting abs straight out the gate. You'll see that I'm keeping my low back pressed to the ground. You want to really make sure that you're bringing your shoulder across the front of the body. This is going to give you more core engagement. Then we've got an Arnold reverse press. It's just like a regular Arnold press, except for it's a reverse style. So your palms are facing your face as you do that overhead press. And it is a whole lot more of a burner, I promise you. From here, let's go ahead and move into our bent over single arm scarecrow extensions. Really good for shoulder stabilization as well as your tricep strength. Make sure that that upper arm stays in line with the upper back and go lighter than you normally would for most tricep exercises. Then we're going to go ahead and move into our 21s. This one you have 7 reps in 3 different ranges of motion to make up that 21 reps. You have 7 from the top range. You're going from the top halfway down, 7 from the bottom range of motion, going from the bottom halfway up, and then you have 7 in that full range of motion. No, I wasn't uncomfortable with someone sitting right there next to me while I was filming. It was fine. It was fine. So fine. Close up that elbow ditch when you do those curls for the most in that bicep contraction. Then we move into our cross crunches. This is a good old ab favorite of mine. Make sure that you're kind of pressing that low back into the ground. It is different than our alternating jackknives, which you would pop up on your butt for. Same thing as your bicycle crunches. Make sure you bring those shoulders across the body. Then we have our dumbbell dead bug crunch. For this one, same thing, that low back is pressing into the ground. That dumbbell pulls backwards too as you drop your feet flat to the ground. So you really open and close up that core. From here, let's move into our crossbody crunched punch. This is another favorite of mine, and it's really good for teaching that crossbody communication. So if you struggle with it at first, keep going. And then after we move into those crossbody crunches to punches, which you need to make sure you're pivoting on your feet for, we have our alternating forward dumbbell punches, which you can actually stay flat in your feet, but just make sure you're getting a rotation through the torso. Now we're going to move into our bent over rotating grip rows. This one, you'll notice that that palm faces a little bit outwards and the back of the hand is turned towards the midline, and then you switch grip as you go, pulling and alternating, so your palm faces almost at a diagonal, but a lot more turned towards the midline of the body. Really helps to target that top of the arm where that delt is. Now we're going to go ahead and move into our wide curl to a funny press. You'll notice that when I do the curl, before I do the press, the upper arms are pressed into the rib cage to make sure everything's braced properly. This is to help maintain that shoulder health. Close up that armpit. Then we've got our reverse grip skull crushers. Your palms are facing your head. Now you'll notice that I've got my hands more above my head rather than right above my forehead. That is all right to do. You guys can do both variations. Again, angles matter, but if you can't get one or you don't feel comfortable doing it, do the one that's past your head, okay? Then we have our alternating donuts. Now these are trickier than non-alternating, but try both variations if you'd like. And don't forget, feel good about the work you put in.